So you all know Symbol. Symbol just reached 1,000 subscribers! And because he reached 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be sending him a little personalized gift that I've had in mind for quite some time. And I'm going to show you the creative process behind all of it, just because I think it's neat. Right now I can buy 3 t-shirts from Michaels for $10, and I've got some heat transfer vinyl back from my days of Groovy Kiwi Sports that is just sitting on the shelf waiting to be used. So I thought, hey, why not send him some personalized shirts that say 1,000 Sub Club and relate to his channel, something he can wear on camera. I think it'll be fun. I'm planning a Sly Cooper outfit, probably something with Harry Potter, and then just a third one I'll decide when I get there. Come on, it'll be fun. So for starters, I had to look up the font that is used in the Sly Cooper logo. I then took the logo and just kind of matched up the lettering, and after I remembered how to spell Symbol, I really like the way this turned out with this kind of slanted style. I wasn't able to do it perfect with the shadow behind it, but I am really happy with how it turned out. Then I just kind of made it look like the title with the 1,000 Sub Club in the bottom right hand corner, and then I went and got this Sly Cooper silhouette and just decided to put the outline of, I guess, the Sly mask is what this is, behind it, and this is going to turn out really good. So originally my idea was just a Sly Cooper silhouette sitting on the front left of his chest. I then decided that this needed to be beefed up a little bit, so this is going on the back of the shirt, and I could not be happier with how it turned out, and you'll see that in just a minute. I'm still not entirely sure what colors I want to do, so right now I'm just kind of making letters black, and then I'm going to make this logo probably a blue color. After I get all this aligned, I go and I find the Sly Cooper silhouette that I want to put on the front of his shirt. There were several options for just a plain Sly silhouette. I ended up sending Symbol a couple of them, and this is the one that we settled on, and I couldn't agree more. This is, I think, from Sly 2, which is both of our favorite game, and I mean, objectively the best game in the franchise. But this is going to sit on the front left of his chest, and that'll be that. Now we're on to Harry Potter, which is another subject that we've both really bonded over. I got the Harry Potter font, and then I tried the lowercase versus uppercase. Turns out I like the lowercase a lot better because it looks a lot more like the real thing. Then I went and got this Deathly Hallows symbol, and I really like the way this looks. This is going to be more of a graphic tee, so I'm going to beef it up a little bit. I'm going to put the snitch, and I'm going to try and look for, I know Severus Snape is his favorite character, so I looked at Snape and I decided that it would just be kind of too hard to cut that out on a vinyl machine, so I just settled for the glasses and the lightning bolt. For this last one, I'm going to use his header that he actually made after we met, and I told him, hey, you need better channel art. But I really like the way this looks. I'm going to try and cut him out in this, but you'll see that I'm not going to be successful. What I had to do to even get these letters out with this background here, I had to go into GIMP and Photoshop out all the tie-dye colors because I was not able to trace them in Silhouette. You'll see that I'm not too precise when it comes to Photoshop. I'm just going to get mainly the stuff that I want here, and when I trace it anyways, I'll be able to do the high pass and it won't give me any issue. After I get that done, I go back into the Silhouette Studio, and then I'll trace this a couple different times, and it's just hard to trace a human and get them accurate, especially, you know, with the clothes and all the folds that they have and just how the light's hitting their face. And I got a lot of Symbol here, and you can tell that that's him, but in my opinion it just looks weird. So what I end up doing here is just erasing him entirely, and I take the top of the S and match it with the bottom of the S, and it's just going to say Symbol across the front of his shirt. I kind of hope that he's latched onto this logo because if he gets rid of it, well, then this shirt's not going to make a whole lot of sense later. But, you know, it's for the times. Next, I have to go get all my materials out and check what all I have. I grabbed the vinyl machine and the heat press for the t-shirts and make a funny face in the process. Just going through and seeing what colors I have because I'm not trying to break the bank on this project. Once I find out what colors I have, I go to Michael's and I'm going to decide what color shirts I was going to do. Originally, I was going to do a white t-shirt with a black Sly Cooper silhouette, but then I decided white t-shirts are just boring, so we're going to go with the Sly Cooper blue. Then for the Harry Potter shirt, I had to just kind of make a guess at which would look the best, and I ended up going with navy blue. And then, of course, red t-shirt, because red is Symbol's favorite color. So now getting everything set up, setting up the vinyl machine to cut, and if any of you have ever dealt with vinyl, especially heat transfer vinyl, you know how frustrating this process can be, especially with, I don't want to call it a dated vinyl machine, but the paper that I'm using to stick the transfer paper on is definitely dated. Vinyl machine works really good though. So having to hold this as it's cutting to make sure that the flap doesn't come up and ruin the entire design. It's kind of dangerous. Don't recommend doing this at home. Once the design was done though, I realized just how difficult it was to see the cuts in white vinyl. So you're going to see a pretty funny process here of me trying to dissect what exactly I'm cutting. And I tried putting on colored lights to see if that would help. Turning off the overhead lights. Red, nope. Blue, now visible confusion. But once I got the Sly silhouette cut out, I used a very sharp knife. Again, don't recommend this at home. To get the excess away. Then once that was done, I was ready for the fun part, which is actually pressing the vinyl onto the shirt. Got to make sure the shirt is good and flat and straight, and I want to pick out where I'm going to put the logo. Before I do it, I heat up the area I'm going to press for about 10 seconds, get it in just the right spot, and then I got to press it at 315 for 30 seconds. Kind of a note for future me for whenever I go to make these shirts again, because I always have to look up the temperature and the amount of time, and that's dependent on what kind of vinyl you buy. So if you're looking to make shirts, always look it up. There we have the front of the shirt, kind of like how it turned out. After a little dance, I cut out the Sly silhouette mask. This is me getting the Sly silhouette off the back. What you really have to be careful doing is when you're overlaying, you have to make sure that the transfer paper is still completely over what you're putting it on. And now since this part of the logo was so big, I had to do it in two halves. I do one half for 30 seconds, the other half for 30 seconds, and keep in mind that thin piece of black behind it is getting overheated, and if you do it too much, it'll just come right off the first time you wash it. After I let it cool a little bit, peel the sticker off, and voila, we have ourselves our first shirt. I really love how this turned out. I don't think it could look any better. Now on to the Harry Potter shirt, and my gut told me navy, and then I didn't know exactly what I was going to match it up with. I would, if I could go back, I would do black, just because Symbol's red and black coat that he wears, it would have looked better. But I ended up doing navy and gold with white letters. I thought that gave me the best contrast. And I'm going to skip the cutting out process because it can be pretty boring. Here's a few clips of me ironing on. First and foremost, we've got to do the logo and get it on the back, or excuse me, get it on the front. And once I peel that up, that's ready to go. Then I've got to put Symbol down, and again, you've got to make sure that your transfer paper is covered everywhere you're applying heat. Do not apply heat directly to your vinyl, but I am really happy with how the graphic tee turned out. I debated on whether or not I was going to show the final product of the red Symbol shirt, but I decided to give you something to go watch his video for. I'm glad I got to make this video, and I'm glad I got to send a gift to my friend Symbol. Symbol, to you, congratulations on reaching this milestone, and don't overlook this. It may seem like a small number when in comparison to a lot of larger YouTube channels, but when you really crunch the numbers, less than 10% of YouTubers, all YouTube channels, ever reach 1,000 subscribers. So this is no small feat, especially when you consider the adversity that Simple's had to overcome in the past couple years with his illness and everything. He talks about that at length in his channel, and I'll let him dive into that. But I'm glad I got to do this project and make this for you, and I really hope that you enjoy it. And I know you've been feeling pretty crummy lately, so I hope that this video will bring you some joy and encouragement to get back on it. And as far as the 1,000 sub club, I hope to join you very soon. For those of you that just stopped by to watch the fun art project, thanks. I'm glad that you enjoy my channel enough to keep it going. I know that it's been a long time since I've done an actual post like this. I promise I do have more videos coming, and maybe this will kind of light a fire under my butt to get the rest of them out. So to all you beautiful Kiwis, that's not what you are anymore. To everyone who watched this video, like, comment, subscribe, you know all the rest. God bless, and I will see you. I will hear from you. I'm never going to get this outro right. I could just stop it after God bless and be like, bye. See you soon. Peace. Walked out the door. All right, this video's long enough.